says it does, it does. Agreed. Because it's the final authority on German. Is Duden the final authority? They are literally the keepers of German language. Right from its inception, when it was first started 150 years ago, it has been the keeper of German language. So one must learn to use it and refer to it wenn man Fragen hat, falls man Fragen hat. Don't ever ignore this. This is the best. Don't go to any other website. Don't go to Oxford or Langenscheidt or Collins or was weiß ich. Don't go to any of these. Duden is the final authority. It is named after the founder, Konrad Duden. The founder of this publishing house, Konrad Duden.
Ich habe Sir Collins' book. It is easy to understand and with Sinn.
Yeah, and Collins is bilingual.
Yeah, deswegen.
That is the problem. When you say bilingual, da gibt es ein Problem. Because when they give you the meaning in another language, it sounds clear to us, it looks clear to us, but the meaning will change. Right? For example,
whenever you have a doubt, so whenever do we use the word same when or a soft?
Immer wenn. Immer wenn.
Very useful. Good. Immer wenn.
So, immer wenn du daran zweifelst, bitte schlagen Duden. Nachschlagen, to refer to.
Okay, Schlag is hitting, yeah. Service Schlag.
Nachschlagen. For example, we have this. Every day we seem to be learning something new. Huh? Good.
Ja, sir.
Ja, benimmt sich wie ein Elefant im Porzellanladen, zum Beispiel. Benimmt sich, was ist sich benehmen?
Außerdem Elephant, weiß ich nicht kennen.
Ja, genau.
Yeah, you can also put it the other way. Ich kenne nur den Elefanten.
He eats like an elephant.
No. Sich benehmen. Sich benehmen means to behave.
Behave. Okay.
Benehmen.
To behave or either to act. That is benehmen. And Porzellan, I think you understand the word Porzellan. These are
ceramic or
ceramic, porcelain, bone china. Bone china. It's really expensive, no? Some of those crockery that we get. So benimmt sich wie ein Elefant im Porzellanladen. Sich benehmen, to act or to do something like an elephant in a porcelain shop. A shop which is selling all this expensive bone china. Right? Porzellan. And Laden, of course, you know, der Laden, die Läden, der Laden ist ein Shop, ein Geschäft, ein kleines Geschäft. So what does it mean, this Wendung, this Redewendung, this idiomatic phrase?
Yeah, so that means elephant in a
Laden is
ceramic shop is
loading.
it spoils everything. It damages everything.
Correct. So what would you then put as benehmen, sich benehmen?
Spoiling everything at a very
No, no.
expensive
Otherwise,
way.
also benimmt sich gut, for example, the skin benimmt
He
sich sehr
behaves good.
behaves very well, or he's behaving in a good
Well
way.
behaved, yeah.
So here this behavior is, Vasu, noch einmal bitte.
Well behaved.
Yeah, in this context here.
Here again, that's what a naughty or a ill behavior.
Ill behavior, that action, you're very clumsy.
Yeah.
Not very skillful.
Yeah.
What is the English word for this? What is the English phrase for this?
Amateur. Amateur. Professional amateur.
No, I want a corresponding phrase for this.
Phrase, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
You are expecting too much from us in English. It's too sorry.
So far, okay?
we learned English even through Tamil. So
Yeah, that's true. It behaves like a bull in a China shop.
China shop.
What is this China?
yeah, it's a ceramic shop. Normally
Ceramic.
we call clay is called the Chinese clay.
Correct.
It is
Absolutely.
called Chinese porcelain, they say.
Correct. Absolutely true. Because the original
Oh, sir, I think in Tamil we'll say யானை வெங்கல பாத்திர கடைக்கு போன மாதிரி. It means
I'm
that
lost.
it making more okay. It means an elephant gone to a shop where they have the bronze metal, so it will make more noise. Like
No,
that.
it's not noise. This is nothing to do with noise here. Totally, absolutely different here.
Oh, okay, sir. Then Tamil I don't know.
It is destroying the shop.
Destroying.
Take a bull into a China shop. You know the word, the bull,
Yeah.
cow and bull.
Yeah.
A bull is a
Yeah.
huge animal, correct?
Mm.
Now you take a bull into a porcelain shop, into a China shop, full of this crockery. What will happen?
He will destroy things.
Totally correct.
Because it
Yeah.
is all fragile and fragile.
Yes.
The English pronunciation.
So
Yeah.
when the phrase is bull in a China shop, this is the English phrase, and in German, an elephant in porcelain Laden. Now a dictionary here, a bilingual dictionary, will change the word elephant to bull. Because the phrase in German uses elephant, the phrase in English uses bull. Imagine somebody who does not want to apply himself or herself. They would assume the word bull in German means elephant. Funny language. I don't know why they're saying elephant. It sounds like elephant. Maybe that is a German word for bull. It can lead to such problems. Oder nehmen wir eine andere Redewendung. Katze im Sack kaufen. Was bedeutet das Katze im Sack kaufen?
Cat in a cage can be bought.
Sack.
Here it is sack, yeah.
Buy a pig in a poke.
Yeah, because they love here swine everywhere. So as is,
No, but
I know glukli is a symbol. So
that's true, but look at the The phrase
Yeah,
is
it's a cat. It's a cat, but
That's funny. See, even across the world, the cock it cries "Kokoroko," but in German cock they cry like
kikeriki. Nein, 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 nein. Das ist Kikeriki. Kikeriki. Das ist Kikeriki. Das heißt dann Kikeriki.
so even that's what I want to say. Even the German cock it pronounces in a different way from the rest of the world.
Probably more wilder than the rest of the world, because the original breed is from the red jungle fowl and the gray jungle fowl, both found in India. That is
Okay.
the ancestral species. From there, the domestic fowl has evolved. Yeah, see, this changes.
Even the animal pronunciation.
Yeah, look at this here. This is English.
Yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
So Uma, we need not to worry about our wrong pronunciation. So even the animal
yeah.
pronounce wrong when they come to Germany. So
So they
I
like
actually thought
it.
we evolved from animals, but you are so happy that we are still okay. No
So,
problem. Let
yeah,
us compare with them and let's be happy. Yeah.
the bottom line, be careful when you're using a bilingual dictionary. Be very careful. Also, das würde ich nicht empfehlen. Use it, but please double check.
Yeah,
Don't take it
that's why
blindly.
we just talk normally because this meanings and all we should not mess. People
Yeah.
will interpret in a different way. That will be a problem.
And diese Beispiele sind also normalerweise bei idiomatischen Wendungen finden wir so viele Alternativen, dass wir nicht identifizieren können, was ist ganz wichtig. Da haben wir Probleme. So, bitte aufpassen bei einem bilingualen Wörterbuch. Sonst ist okay. So, um die Bedeutung mal schnell zu verstehen, das ist okay. Ja, Kushi, wenn du dann die Bedeutung
So S1
verstehen
S1 ist Wörterbuch, S1 Grammatikbuch, Sir.
Nee, auch dann. Die Grammatik ist auch ganz anders. Englisch, Deutsch, also da gibt es keine Übereinstimmung. Auch bei einem Wörterbuch, ganz schnell zu verstehen, ist okay.
Yes, sir.
Dann musst du in einem einsprachiges Wörterbuch nachschlagen. Get the meaning quickly. Okay, I understand it overall. Now, what does the German explanation say? Erstens, you will find the explanation given in German. Secondly, that explanation given in German, since you've already understood the meaning earlier, will now increase your vocabulary.
Yes.
And I used to have a habit during my student days, reading a dictionary, time pass. Start with the letter A and slowly read the column. Madness. But you know what happens? When you're reading one meaning, two meanings, somewhere down the line, you find a very interesting meaning. And that reference is given to some other word. Then you go to look up that word. And the next thing you know, you're totally lost in the dictionary. One word to another word to another word to another word. And it's one way of increasing vocabulary. Tell yourself, today I will look at B. Or today let me do D. Don't have to memorize the words. Just read through. Somewhere the sounds will stick, the words will stick. And you can have loads of fun. Loads of fun you can have. So you need not panic if there's an unknown word or a brand new word that appears in front of you. Kind of panic. It's okay. I don't know the word, so I'll come to know it sometime later. I think I sent you the Harry Potter, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. You sent us.
Did you try reading them?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. 9.
Please do.
Sir, somehow I don't like online reading, sir. I don't know. It's very tough for me to
Sir, when I
read
read,
things
I
in.
start looking for grammar in that.
Don't do that. Just
Yeah,
enjoy
but
the
that's
reading.
the habit. What can I do?
Enjoy the reading.
Yeah.
Let's change that.
Just enjoy the reading. Because you'll get a flow. And since you have already, I'm sure you've seen the film, Harry Potter.
Yes.
No, sir.
You read the book?
No, it's an
No, sir.
unfortunate thing. I don't like Harry Potter.
I
I
need,
never tried it.
I
Yeah.
need.
Same here,
Uh,
Vasu. Yeah. Maybe we are so old. I also not like
no,
that,
Still,
but
we are
you
living
won't.
with Chanda Mama. I never grew beyond Chanda Mama. That's the problem.
see
Ambli
the
Mama தவிர வேற ஒன்றும் படிச்சது இல்ல.
some. I think maybe we should translate Chandamama those books in German. Maybe many people like us start reading it.
Okay, that's your house of Gabe then.
Yeah.
Next
The
week.
House of
Sir,
Gaban I haven't finished it. Sir gave the yes. Yeah, I haven't sent him single homework yet.
Sir, I have read it, Harry Potter und der Stein der Weisen, sir. Going to finish it.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, sir.
Did you
But
enjoy it? Don't look for
yeah,
me. Did you enjoy
yes,
the
sir.
book?
Yes, sir. I have seen all the 7 movies. So I just kept reading it. So it was very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I want to
And
show you something with my reading collection. I still read all these books by these authors. I've got a huge collection here. This is the safest collection I have. I still read Enid Blyton. It's a children's books. I read Nancy Drew.
yeah, Nancy Drew, English I have read, sir.
They are in English. I still read
Yeah.
them. Grimm's Fairy Tales. This is also in English. I sent you a German version, I think, of these.
No, sir.
Downloaded the whole set from Google. Digital books here. I have the original German also with me. This is Grimm's Fairy Tales.
Yesterday I was reading Grimm's
It's only
fairy tale, sir.
which one?
Schneewittchen und Sieben Zwerge. In that, yeah, I read a sentence called "bitter to mere nichts." So why nichts is nothing, no, sir. So, but two is hurt. So
Yeah.
is she saying like don't hurt me or don't?
Don't hurt me.
Then why
Don't
nichts,
hurt
sir?
me.
Okay.
Don't do anything to me.
Okay, sir.
These are in English here.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a small, not a very big file. I can email this to you. It's about 4 MB. This contains all the stories that you want. Very nice stories in this. It's about 217 pages. It's not a complete, it's not comprehensive, but the most popular ones are here. Red Riding Hood, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, The Frog Prince, Cinderella. The most popular ones are here. Ich habe auch das ganze Jungle Book here in English. I have Treasure Island in English. Also ich lese immer noch. Ich schäme mich nicht, euch zu sagen, that I also, no, this won't have that. This is the second one here. So, that I also read, a moment,
Ramayan.
Tintin. It's a comics.
Yeah.
I read these comics also. They're supposed to be meant for children. Apart from that, I I also read serious stuff. I had that here somewhere. See, my Tarzan stories are here. Tarzan, Jungle Tales of Tarzan, Tarzan City of Gold. These are all of English. The complete collection of Perry Mason, Phantom Comics. And I also had my Bhagavad Gita here somewhere. In German. The Quran in German, the Bhagavad Gita in German, and also the Bible in German.
Okay.
I don't know where I put it. Somewhere here in the e-books, I had to search. Somewhere here. I read everything. These, of course, are books on nature, on conservation and nature and so on. So, for example, avifauna, Himalayan birds, and Hume, Alexander Hume, game birds. This is from the 1880s. So, almost anything and everything. It's varies from person to person. This is a very famous journal of Bombay Natural History Society. So it's laser feel. It improves one's knowledge. So, yes, right? So I'm not shy of, like you said, Chanda Mama, one of the best ever we had.
I never had shy. I say that is my level.
Lied, and it's not a question of level. Even I read that.
Is it a Tamil book, sir?
Chanda
No, Chanda
Mama.
Mama is.
No, Kushi doesn't know.
Translated in all languages.
Why
Kushi
Chanda
doesn't
Mama?
know.
Okay, now they stopped the publications. Yeah, in Tamil it is called Ambli Mama.
Yeah, Ambli Mama stories. Chanda Mama is there. I have read in English also.
I think it is there online. It comes in Hindi. It comes in all Indian languages.
nice,
Chanda
yes.
Mama.
Unfortunately, they stopped that publication. Yeah,
I think they have put
because
it on
people
online.
Moved from Chanda Mama to Harry Potter, so we stopped our own Indian Harry Potter. That's all.
Chanda Mama stopped a long time back, along with Amar Chitra.
Yeah.
Amar Chitra Katha is being reissued now.
Okay.
It's reissued. It's available online, and you can also order or you can subscribe. All the old stories of Amar Chitra Katha are available online, PDF form. Chanda Mama was ancient. It stopped because the publisher who was bringing it on and the editors, they died. That's not for longer side. Harry Potter is a recent phenomenon. Much recent phenomenon. It's also adventure, it's also fun. Right now, at night, 1 hour every day, I'm reading Harry Potter with my daughter. She's a great fan of Harry Potter. Every evening, we read about 3 pages together. I think she insisted, and I think she feels alone, cut off in Canada from us and from the rest of the world. But she wants to be in contact as well. That's what I feel. I've never asked her. I don't want to tell her also. And she looks forward to the Zusammenlesen. Ja, als sie Kind war, habe ich immer in der Nacht, bevor sie zum Schlafen ging, Grimms Märchen vorgelesen. To read out these Grimm's fairy tales to her.
Das ist die Vorheit of Einzelkind.
I don't know. Vorteil, you mean?
Yeah.
Vorteil. Kann sein. She has never ever complained. So far, she hasn't. Not to me anyway, or not to my wife. Maybe she's complained to her friends that she's unhappy she doesn't have a sibling. That's possible. So every evening, we are reading Harry Potter auf Deutsch. auf Deutsch lesen wir.
But that's a good habit that changes over a period, that evolves. For example,
Not for her.
I started telling stories of every day. In fact, I would have told them for first 2 3 years, and when they are 7 8 years, they stopped. Oh, are you going to tell moral story? Please stop.
That changes, I agree.
So
But
I
then
remember after
she's
that. So then I stopped telling moral stories. Then I was telling the other letter stories. Then when they are at 14 15 years, they stopped. Oh, don't tell me stories now. Please tell us some history or some events. So I could able to see their evolution.
That's true, but she still reads a lot more than I do. She also reads in French. And that improves one's overall, all-round knowledge, not only in the language, but also the culture. Well, that's a good thing that she has acquired as a habit. Very nice thing. I'm very happy for her for that reason. So otherwise, what happens is when one starts reading, one tends to forget.
The language.
If you don't read, you tend to forget what joy and pleasure you can get. The best, that is the best. Try it out sometime. Okay. So yes,
Sir,
Indram,
today
yeah.
Vasu talked about crows, and here they are.
Whose thing is that?
I don't know.
Mine, sir. I'm in the terrace, so the crows are here, sir.
Do
We
they have
speak
a
about
grey neck
crow.
or are
We
they all
spoke about
black?
only hen and cock.
Okay, sorry.
Just tell me, on the terrace, do they have a grayish neck or are they all black?
Partly grayish neck, sir.
Oh, then it's a house crow. It's called a house crow.
Okay.
The other one, all black,
Black.
is a bigger crow. It's called a jungle crow.
Okay.
Now they changed the
Andangaka.
one. Yeah, totally black.
Yeah.
So total schwarz.
So lucky if we see even number of crows.
No, when we see one crow like that, it's one for sorrow, two for
Yeah.
joy,
Yeah,
and
more for
three
super joy.
super joy.
Then we are going. Yeah, then we are going back to that second lesson, glücklich sein.
Yes, sir. I about to come there only. Yeah, I'm finding that word.
The glücklich sein.
Glücklich.
Also, ja.
Glücklich sein.
Wer kann dieses Auto identifizieren? We're talking culture. Also hier ist deutsche Kultur. Wer kann das mal identifizieren?
Ich kann versuchen ein bisschen. Vielleicht es ist Morris oder Fiat.
Safari.
Nein.
Padmini, sir?
Fiat.
Nein. Das ist in Deutschland. Das Auto existiert nicht mehr. Das existiert nicht mehr. Es gibt vielleicht ein halbes Dutzend, half a dozen, nicht mehr. Das wird nicht mehr hergestellt. Kennt ihr den Namen? Das steht hier.
Benz. Yes. Okay.
Also hier an der Seite. Hier.
Trabi Safari.
Safari.
Trabi Safari. Trabi Safari.
Was ist das hier? Trabi.
Trabi is a vehicle, sir.
This is German culture. Und der Trabant heißt das Auto. The marker is their Trabant. Auto ist das aus der ehemaligen DDR. So, was ist das ehemalige DDR?
Then East Germany.
Yeah, the former German Democratic Republic, the former Ostdeutschland. And this is a little bit of homework for you people. Look for it and tell me.
Yes, sir.
Let's have some fun exercises about Deutsche
Yeah.
Kultur. It's part of German history. Okay, they are Trabant. Read about it. It'll be fascinating to read about it. And then tell me tomorrow. Then hier gibt's hier ein Wochenende in Berlin. Also das war Hamburg und Erfurt kommt auch. So ein Wochenende in Berlin. Und Sie wollen ein Wochenende in Berlin oder in einer deutschen Stadt. Und der Freund dann schlägt euch vor, was ihr dann in Berlin machen könnt. So be prepared for this as a written exercise or a writing exercise. Normally what happens is, also an der Seite hier, it's not here. Normally in this, what they do is at the side, somewhere below the key, they will give you the two letters G and I. GI. GI hier bedeutet Goethe-Institut. So that particular exercise is typical in the Prüfung, Goethe-Institut Prüfung. So you could be given a small exercise like this. Write about a German city because it's part of the book. It's not a common question, by the way. There could be a description of that city, and you have to respond in the form of an email to that information provided to you. It could be a writing exercise. So, Sie planen zusammen mit einem Freund oder einer Freundin ein Wochenende in Berlin. Entscheiden Sie sich für eine der Stadttouren aus Übung 1. Schreiben Sie ihr eine E-Mail und berichten Sie von der Tour, die Sie machen wollen, und erklären Sie, warum Sie gerade diese Tour so interessant finden. Also das ist hier. Berlin von unten, Safari durch den Osten, die Lügentour, wo die Filmstars lebten, and so on. So it could be a small text like this. Respond to this text. Possible. I'm covering, as they say in American English, I'm covering all bases. This comes from baseball. I'm covering all bases. I don't want to leave anything to chance by ignoring such a lesson. Why do we need to do this? Yeah, true. Why do we need to know about Berlin? But just make sure we have this this Damocles sword of exam hanging over our heads. So a little bit of idea about Deutsche Städte, also hier Hamburg, das war die Lektion hier. So eine Reise nach Hamburg. Or there was also their film, I think Erfurt war das hier. Yeah, also Erfurt. We are not going to be in this city, definitely. Ausschließlich, nein. Vielleicht in Frankfurt, Bonn, Rostock, Berlin, maybe. And it's also possible that in spite of having been in Germany, or you may not ever get a chance to go to some certain cities. Possible. But there's no harm covering a few words like Personen, Gebäude, Veranstaltungen, Orttown, Plätze, couple of names. Their dome will be there in almost all cities, the cathedral. So don't worry on that score. And cathedral is a much bigger place. This is their dome, much bigger place of worship than a Kirche. A Kirche is a church. It's a smaller building. Smaller than that is Capella, the Capella, Kapelle. I think we did this word once.
Of chapel or
Chapel, genau. Well said.
okay.
Chapel.
Chapel is a smaller place, Kirche is slightly bigger. On dome, cathedral, massive, massive structure. So where there is a dome, there will be a Domplatz. A Domplatz, basically a square, an open square in front of the cathedral. But normally winter markets are held there. Christkindlmarkt. Right now it's Advent has started. Vasu can look around and get some interesting photos maybe that he can share with us.
Started in Bonn last week.
Yeah. Advent was Sunday. The first Sunday is over. The first Advent is over.
Yeah.
I've sent out Advent wishes to my friends, German friends.
Yeah, I got a greeting yesterday. So with the dates and the
So small words like this. This is a EGA, is a garden festival at Erfurt, very famous. Very, very famous. It's like what we have in India for visitors, not for sale. This is a kind of place where you can even buy things. What we have is the Mughal gardens in Delhi are thrown open to the public in February. Mughal gardens are the gardens behind Rashtrapati Bhavan on the same campus. They are the president's gardens. So a bit of information. Agra, Taj Mahal, Red Fort. We know these simple things about India, famous places, famous things. Learn a few about Germany also. Hamburger Hafen. Zum Beispiel. Bonn, the former, what is that word?
the capital.
Former
Hauptstadt,
Hauptstadt, but there's that area, Bürofviertel. Name. There's a name for it, a nickname, German nickname. Where the earlier offices were located, Vasu.
Yeah, I'm just from my home. The UN office is just 2 kilometers. So.
No, not the UN office, the West German government offices where they were located. That area has a specific name. Das habe ich leider vergessen. Das ist mir leider entfallen. Entfallen.
Gent is removing separately.
Yeah,
so.
it's been removed from my memory. Das ist mir leider entfallen. I forget now what it's called. Bürofviertel or some Amtsviertel or some name is there for that district, office district. All government offices were located there. Now, of course, they moved to
behind my home, South Korean embassy. So
okay, so Botschaft.
Botschaft.
So learn a few words like this.
Botschaft.
A few words. And every town will have a Rathaus.
Town hall.
A major town. Yeah. Town hall. And who sits in the Rathaus?
Amter, Beamter.
9. Bürgermeister. Bürgermeister.
My place, yeah, a Chennai guy, Ashok Sridharan.
Oh, so now
in the last election he lost, but till some 4 months ago he was our Burgermeister. Ashok Sridharan from Chennai, who speaks Tamil, but married to a German.
And of course German.
Married a German lady, so he became German.
Right. So he's Germanized. So So look for these names. There'll be a Rathaus, a town hall, Bürgermeister. Without knowing about these or having visited, you can safely write a small email. These are typical of Europe. The Innenstadt, the inner city, is normally the town hall. Now, when you look at this Rathaus, this is the area. Here it says Rathaus. This is the inner city, this part. So you can always safely say, the Innenstadt is sehr schön, without even having gone there. If you see this building, Rathaus, here, apply this, believe me, apply this to the rest of Germany. Das Rathaus ist ein altes Gebäude. Es ist sehr schön. Don't mention the year it was built or who built it or what. Es ist sehr schön. Der Rathausplatz ist auch sehr interessant. Viele Menschen sammeln sich der. They collect there. Dort gibt es einen Markt. And you can again say Gemüsenmarkt or say Fischmarkt. Fischmarkt. And see the location. It's in the area of the Rathaus. This is standard. It used to be standard in our country also, but we have destroyed all the old buildings. The Innenstadt was the main part of the city where the common people lived. And if there is a Stadtmauer, the wall, near the wall was where the poorest of the poor lived. They were the first line of defense against invaders. So common folk, they had these markets around. Somewhere on a safer side, you would also find the houses of the rich. This is the layout of any city in most of Europe. No one had palaces near the wall, Stadt, Mauer. So go and take a tour, virtual tour. In YouTube, many cities have been covered there. I would advise you to do a tour of Nuremberg, or Nuremberg in English, Nuremberg of Deutsch. It has a historical significance also, Second World War. So give it a shot, and then you are on safe ground to write such emails. Absolutely safe ground. Type in an email. Yeah, okay. I know a few names. And don't forget, Hauptbahnhof. Most of the big towns have Bahnhöfe. They're well covered. Don't worry about what is what. And there's one place I'd like to visit in Hamburg is Hagenbeck's Tierpark.
Yeah, near to my house.
Have you been there, Monica?
Sir, no, yet not.
Okay.
But it's near to my house, only 5 to 10 minutes.
Good. And if I come
We
to
always
Germany,
plan, but
Yeah.
because it needs a whole day to
yeah.
go there, no? That's why.
Hagenbeck. Who was Hagenbeck?
But the good thing is we can take 24 hours ticket. We can cover half a day today, take rest, go back tomorrow morning. So
Correct. Correct. Who was Hagenbeck? He was a former scientist, naturalist, conservationist, etc., who developed this idea of keeping animals in the wild or under wild-like surroundings. He was the person who developed this concept. Earlier, animals used to be kept in small cages.
cages.
So the cage in German is Käfig. K, A umlaut, F, E, G, Käfig. They are Käfig, the cage. You can have Tierkäfig, animal cage. You can also have Vogelkäfig, bird cage. And you can also become slightly philosophical and say, das Leben ist ein Käfig. Life is a cage. So he developed this idea, Hagenbeck, of keeping them in the open with an environment which matched the original environment as far as possible of that particular animal. So that meant a bigger zoo. And that has now followed the world over. Give the animals that natural environment, which is why in monkey cages and monkey areas, apes and monkeys, you'll find all these playthings, ropes and tires and climbing.
Yeah, yes.
Because
I
they
have
do
heard, no?
that in the jungle. So if you give them that atmosphere, then they love living there. They don't have problems. They don't get into emotional or traumatic issues. And how does one measure the success of a zoo here? Ganz einfach, when the animal gives birth. That means the zoo is a success. Animals normally, if they are tensed, they don't breed when they are put in cages. The breeding stops. But you give them the right environment, they start breeding. That means they've accepted that environment as their own home, which they are used to genetically. Und weil wir von Natur sprechen, gehen wir jetzt weiter. Zurück zur Natur. Das ist ein Spiel,
So,
das möchte ich jetzt nicht. Ja, bitte?
opposite of human beings then, yeah.
Ja,
Here when we give a cage, they give breed. So it's different.
that's true. That's true. I mean, I'm waiting for the population figures this year. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's what
we
I've
need to
gone with.
compensate the corona losses. So already there are some 65 lakhs of unexpected birth, unplanned birth this year expected. So
Is it so? Uh-huh.
yeah, thanks to home office.
But 65 lakhs is still a small number.
Yeah, somewhat, but we are compensating the loss of corona. That's
Okay. So, jetzt sprechen wir über die Natur und Umweltprobleme. Was bedeutet das Wort Umweltproblem? Was ist Umwelt und
Environmental problems,
Well, yeah.
zum Beispiel?
deforestation,
Ja, gut. Was noch?
Umweltverschmutzung, yeah, pollution,
soil
Wonderful.
erosion,
sound, air, Delhi example.
So, yeah,
Air
okay.
pollution.
So what do you call the word deforestation in German? Let's learn some new vocabulary, even before we start the text.
Ent is removing, so Entwild, so like that we can call it.
Entwaldung. Entwaldung ist möglich. Wald is a small wooded area.
Forest.
Yeah, wild forest.
Yeah.
So, Entwaldung, deforestation. What is the word for pollution?
Verschmutzung,
Verschmutzung.
So what would you say air pollution?
Luftschmutzung.
Luftverschmutzung.
Good. And water
Wasserverschmutzung.
Wasserverschmutzung.
and environment?
Umweltverschmutzung.
Umweltverschmutzung. Right? Okay. What would you call the exhaust gases in German?
Aus.
Nein, Abgase. Das Abgas, ABGAS. Das Abgas, exhaust gas or waste gas. and
Aus, I
chloride.
thought, okay, it is outside. So I want to coin with that. Aus, gas, like
Up is something that is thrown away.
wegwerfen. Okay.
Yeah, wegwerfen. So in that case, it sends here, Abgase is exhaust gases, waste gases. Also von Autos, zum Beispiel von Autos. What would you call wastage?
To accelerate also, they use gas given, particularly in driving schools.
Yeah, so that is exactly the same thing in English also, no? Give gas.
Yeah, speed up. Yeah.
But you watch out because after that comes the word stop.
Yeah, immediately they'll say.
Yeah, that's the note.
Bremse, not for Bremse.
That is your, yeah, you have to then stop immediately. Und das ist manchmal nicht so möglich. Man reagiert ein bisschen langsam dann.
That is a first lesson when you take the driving test.
Yes. So what is wastage? All these are words associated with nature. There's a lot of wastage of land, wastage of food, wastage of
Verschwendung.
yeah.
Verschwendung.
Verschwenden is very good. So to waste something is verschwenden. So when you say energy or wastage of energy,
Energieverschwendung.
Energieverschwendung.
Energieverschwendung. So alle diese Wörter, diese Wortschatz, hat etwas mit der Umwelt zu tun. This is, by the way, a very hot topic, huh? Very hot topic. I think the COP26 just got over. The Conference of Parties, that just got over this year. It could be a possible topic in the Prüfung. Be ready for it.
Für Schreiben.
Could be expression also.
Yeah, for discussions, it will be brought, yeah.
Probably. Because
Talk
you're
about,
expecting...
Vorteil and Nachteil, yeah.
Genau. Also welche Probleme gibt es in Ihrem Land? Right, so be prepared for it. And remember, this is the first book, last lesson. There's still one more book to go. So you can't say, I don't have the vocabulary. Vocabulary is provided here, and there's further vocabulary coming up. So you're expected to speak at least 2 minutes about such topics. So be prepared. That's why I asked you before we start reading or coming to this lesson, lassen wir uns mal diesen Wortschatz einsammeln. So we collected a few words. So let's quickly go to this text. Umweltproblem Single. Und Singles werden zum Umweltproblem. Bevor wir mit dem Text anfangen, was denkt ihr? Warum könnten Singles ein Umweltproblem sein?
Was better as
Singles.
Warum?
It is Einzel or
Mention.
Ja, Singles. Ein
Not
Person,
married.
Einzel.
ein Person Haushalt. Single person household.
Wenn ein Haus nur ein Person hat, dann das Person nur ein Auto benutzen und Und deswegen brauchen sie mehr Energie.
Mhm.
Ja. Und
Wasser
Wasser, ja.
und Ressourcen und also diese Single macht auch Abfall, Trash, Garbage.
Ja.
Benutzt viel Platz auch.
Ja, und Platz auch. So Singles are also a problem. Und jetzt wird hier darüber ganz schnell erklärt. So let's collect a few more words from here. So let's read. I think it's a very short text. I don't know whether everyone can get a chance reading. 3 people.
Let's today, ladies first.
So hier, bis hier und dann noch 2. Come along, people. Sich anmelden. Bitte meldet euch.
Darf ich?
Ja, bitte. Los.
Danke sehr. Ein-Personen-Haushalte sind Umwelt. Ein kleiner Moment.
Ja.
Umweltzeitbomben. Sie
Ja.
vermehren sich stark, verbrauchen Platz, Energie und Ressourcen. Jetzt werden Gegenmaßnahmen gefordert. Ein-Personen-Haushalt nehmen schon seit Jahrzehnten bis zum Jahre 2026 werden sie für 76% des jährlichen Zuwachses an Wohnraum verantwortlich sein und mehr als ein Drittel aller Haushalte ausmachen.
Ja.
Umweltexperten betrachten diese Entwicklung mit Sorge, denn durch die hohe Zahl von Single-Haushalten wird mittelfristig eine Konsum- und Umweltkreis ausgelöst.
Danke.
Bitte
Danke,
schön.
danke, danke. Was verstehen wir hier? Was wird hier gesagt? Ein-Personen-Haushalte sind Umweltzeitbomben.
Ja.
Nicht mehr Platz, stark für Energieressourcen.
Er
Was
oder
bedeutet
sie
das Wort?
benutzt oder
Zeitbomben.
braucht.
Nee, hier, Zeitbombe.
Time bomb.
In welchem Sinne ist das gemeint?
Yeah, it's dangerous. It spoils the.
It can explode
blasts.
anytime. Yeah, it can explode anytime. So they're a time bomb. We don't know what the timing on that bomb is. It can explode today, tomorrow, in the next 10 years, next 20 years, for 50 years. So the word time bomb,
Side
I think
bomb.
all
Direct
of us know
translation.
the word. Yeah,
Was
correct.
ist die
Direct translation.
Bedeutung? Time bomb.
I was about to come to that, Kushi. Very simply put, I think all of us have seen films,
Yeah.
Hindi and Telugu and Tamil and other languages. Yes?
Yeah.
And the villain at the end of the film normally tells the hero who's tied to a pillar, water is rising. And the villain tells the hero, I have put a time bomb here.
Okay.
Yeah, in old movies.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And once the time bomb explodes, you will be finished. What I
Yeah,
did
All
with
the
the
time bombs will have a stopwatch in Indian movies.
Yes.
In India, yeah, genau.
No,
das
even abroad. There's always a watch on that.
No,
There's
I
always
never see the
something
foreign movies,
that's-
so I don't know. Okay.
Oh, then you watch Speed. You watch the movie Speed with Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. There, the time bomb was of a different kind. The bus was not allowed to go, slower than 40 kilometers an hour. The bomb will explode. It's connected to the speedometer.
Geschwindigkeit.
Yeah, speed.
Small
The film
word.
is called
Speed.
Speed. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. The advantage, if you see films, read Chandamama, read comics, read books, read stories, so much of the world opens up to us. Then you can learn foreign languages easier. So, reason
Yes, sir. Ich mache das. Ich sehe einige Serien auf Deutsch. Ich kann nur ein bisschen verstehen, aber es macht Spaß. Und ich habe nicht das Gefühl, dass ich verschwinde meine Zeit.
Das ist niemals eine Zeitverschwendung.
Ja, deswegen.
Can you share the link, please?
Sir, actually, on Netflix, I have seen the series You without subtitles. So there was more focus on the audio part.
You, Y-O-U.
Yeah, You. It is about a psycho man.
Oh, is it available on YouTube? No.
No, sir, not YouTube. So mostly German subtitles are not easy to find on YouTube. That's why I have to take Netflix. Yeah.
Why don't you please share the link with all of us? Maybe those of us who have Netflix can watch.
They can watch any, sir. There are so many movies and series available in German accent.
You send me some links and make things easier for me rather than search. I'm very lazy.
Yeah, kind problem. But I have to think that what should I share. That's why.
Send and share everything. Let me decide what I want to watch.
Okay. Yeah.
Just send. If I like it, I'll watch it. If I don't like it, I won't watch it. Simple. I won't blame you.
Okay,
Just
sir.
send all links. Put it in the group so that every one of us can share.
Okay, sir.
I'm sure some of you have Netflix.
Yeah, it's costed no, yeah.
Yeah, so if those of you have, do watch it. Otherwise, there are interesting things. Otherwise, I'll let you know.
Yes, sir. And sir, it has really improved my hearing. I have.
Wonderful. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. So, what is this vermehren sich da? Sie vermehren sich. Look at this word in the middle. Don't go for a dictionary. Look at the word here.
Mer is more.
Right? From there, you give me the verb now, please. Sie vermehren sich. From the adjective comparative mehr, I made a verb. What does this verb mean? Sie vermehren sich. Ohne Wörterbuch.
To expand?
Probably.
Well done. Give me a better word. The households are
to exceed.
Increasing.
Yeah. Okay.
They're going up. They're increasing. Vermehren. See the word? Yeah, steigen also in a way. The numbers are going up. So vermehren, to increase. See the word mehr. From here, you can guess the meaning safely. Even the word expand in terms of meaning will fit. Single person households are environmental time bombs. They are expanding very much. They verbrauchen Platz. Verbrauchen. Was bedeutet
to
verbrauchen? Consume, to occupy, to take up. They need, they require. Was bedeutet brauchen?
To use.
To
need.
So they need place, they need energy, and they need resources. Jetzt werden Gegenmaßnahmen gefordert. This also we can work out, no problem.
Maßnahmen is measures.
Right. Maßnahme is measure. It comes from the verb messen, to measure. So Maßnahme als Nomen, measure. So Gegenmaßnahme.
Measures against afforded.
Give me the right word. You have got the word, but give me the right word. Now measures against are afforded.
Foreign, yeah.
Are required, are necessary. What is the correct word here? Gegenmaßnahmen. Against.
Suitable action.
Ja, nein, heute war der Gegenverkehr sehr, sehr stark. Gegenverkehr.
Verkehr is traffic.
Ja? Gegenverkehr. Wie heißt der Gegensatz von schnell?
Langsam.
So, what is Gegensatz?
Gegensatz is opposite, yeah.
Right. So, Gegenverkehr.
Opposite, antonym.
And from there, Gegenmaßnahme. Countermeasures.
Countermeasures.
We know most of the words now. We have a huge vocabulary. And so first and foremost, you must believe in yourself. Maßnahme is measure, gegen is against the measure. So some against measures have to be taken up, have to be implemented. They are called for. Jetzt werden Gegenmaßnahmen gefordert. No more single households. Single households will have to pay more for energy consumption, for example. That's a countermeasure. And again, Einpersonenhaushalte. Remember the word Haushalt is in plural here. Their Haushalt.
Dear.
But they're using ein, not eine. This is not the usage here. This is actually with ein Person. Ein Gedankenstrich Person. One person. Person is feminine. Die Person. If I remove this dash, this Gedankenstrich, immediately the ein will become an indefinite article and it becomes eine Person.
Eine.
It's not possible. Eine Person will spoil this combination. Now,
No, Personen. So then it should begin. Okay, it cannot be ein then. Personen
Right.
is plural.
correct, absolutely.
Yeah, household is auch
So
plural.
this ein actually is used with Haushalt.
Household is auch plural, na? Mit A.
Yeah, but it's because of the dash that you have this
Okay.
single person households. That single person is a compound noun connected by a dash. So it will not be ein Person, but it will be Einpersonenhaushalte. Households, that's plural. That causes this to go into plural, and the original word is still retained, ein Person. This is a usage with a small difference where you have to go a little deeper to work out the meaning. So just be careful and look at these words. Some of them are not so commonly used. So the plural here has nothing to do with that eine or ein or that make that word eine. That hyphen will remove the declension. Ja, dieser Gedankenstrich nimmt die Deklination weg. Die Deklination entfehlt, ausfehlt, wird hier nicht benutzt. Okay, then the next one. Nehmen zu. Was ist zunehmen? Abnehmen und zunehmen.
Used to.
Im Urlaub habe ich 2 Kilo zugenommen.
Zunehmen is
Yeah,
to overweight
reduce the
und
weight.
abnehmen to reduce.
To increase or to reduce.
Zunehmen, increase.
Increase. Yeah.
And was ist dann Jahrzehnt?
Senior
Century.
century. 10
Jahrhundert.
years.
Decade.
Decade and
Decade.
decade.
Okay.
You see, all the words are known to us.
Sir, they don't use the word
Provided,
decade, na?
provided a teacher sits behind us.
Yeah.
That this teacher will not be sitting behind you forever. At some stage, I will get up and move away and look at you from far and say, I am proud of my students.
Hope so.
Yeah, we have mentioned this.
They have learned more than I can teach them. I'll be very proud.
Yeah, yes, Pastor Sobald.
That's very common. Kein Problem. Look at this word here, saint. Jahr und saint zusammen. So a year of unit of 10. So 10 years. Seit Jahrzehnten. Then for every 10 years. For decades. For long decades. He did not want to use the word hundreds. So Jahrzehnt und nicht Jahrhundert. Remember, this is a recent problem. So it can't be more than that. We can't say millennia. This goes back into millenniums. We didn't have cars millenniums old. Our cars are only a couple of centuries old. In fact, 1886, if I'm correct, the first Mercedes were put on the road. Mass production, of course, started in 1902. Ford Motor Company in America, Model T, was mass produced. Do you know that the motor cars in the olden days, it was by law, believe it or not, by law, compulsory to have a man walking in front of the motor car, announcing on that loudspeaker kind of thing, please move out of the way, there is a car coming. Move out of the way, there is a car coming. By law, it was necessary to have such a person in front. Those cars did not have horns or proper brakes. Funny laws used to exist then. Then they changed all these over a period of time. Okay. So Jahrzehnt. So zunehmen. You understand this word. Okay. Now look again. This word here. Wax. This comes from which verb? Wax.
Wachen, auswachen.
No. S.
Wachsen. To grow up.
To grow.
Yeah.
Wachsen, wuchs, ist gewachsen. Okay, now let's look at the verb or the correct noun here. Zu wachsen, zunehmen. And from there, the
Increase.
noun zu wachs.
Grown-ups.
Now. Noun. Wachsen als Verb.
Hmm.
Was bedeutet wachsen als Verb?
To grow.
To grow. What is the noun of to grow? Zuwachs. They are Zuwachs.
Growth.
Growth. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now you have the sentence in front of you. I don't have to read it and explain to you now. Bis zum Jahr 2026 werden Sie, also diese Haushalte, für 66% des jährlichen Zuwachses an Wohnraum verantwortlich sein. Can you tell me now what is going on here? Let's not go so slowly. Come on, people, speed up. Come on.
That's what yearly growth of 76% expected from year
Not
2026.
expected. Verantwortlich.
Responsible.
Fair and answerable. Yeah,
Responsible.
responsible.
They will be responsible. Who? This is a they.
Okay. Ein Personen Haushalte.
Right. There you are. Sentence is clear. And mehr als ein Drittel.
More than 1/3.
Haushalte ausmachen.
To do the house.
And they will
To
account
stop, close.
account for, ausmachen, or to constitute. They will make up, literally.
Sir, alle, was ist?
They will make up 1/3 of all households. That means by the year 2026, 1/3 of all the households in Germany will be single person households. 1/3 by the year 2026. They are showing growth at the annual rate of 76%. This is the annual growth rate of single person households. So in another 5 years from now, 1/3 of all of Germany will be single person households.
Right now I have this issue. My elder son is asking me
What?
to kick him out. He wants to take a separate house.
He is following the German tradition.
Yeah. Because his roommates or co-players are staying alone. They are out of their home, and he says, "Oh, my friends are like that, so I want to be that."
You can also be German, Vasu, but take it with a pinch of salt. You can also be German and tell him, okay, you sustain yourself.
So this is a problem. We are neither complete German nor complete Indian. That's a
Yeah.
problem now.
This is a
I
big
know.
problem for
That's why I said take it
people
with a
like
pinch of
us.
salt. My
Yeah,
daughter
that's
has been
right.
abroad for the last 9 years. Only recently, a year back roughly, she's got a job. In fact, she had 2 part-time jobs. Very difficult in Canada. Once the pandemic struck, she has a proper MBA from France and also from Canada. I was sending her money every year till about 2 years back. Now she's got a permanent job. Now that the pandemic has opened up a little, that is, in Canada has opened up, she got a proper job now. So she doesn't need the money. I could have also been like an American or a German parent and said, okay, it's your problem, your choice. You chose Canada. You jolly well subsist and manage on your own.
That's right. Now slowly I'm conditioning myself and my mind, and I'm conditioning my wife also. Okay, no problem. In another 1 year, if he comes with a girlfriend, then we need to accommodate. We should not say no, because he's becoming slowly a German. So
That's okay, I guess.
It's okay. Vasu, in Deutschland, it's normal.
No, that's right. That's what we want to be
Monica?
German now. So
Monica, it's not so easy for a parent.
Yeah, sir, I know, but there is too many families I have seen like this.
I
So
know,
don't
but it's
create
not
a
so
issue with
easy.
this.
seeing is different from realizing or having it on our own.
Yeah, we Indians didn't accept it as lightly as we want. No?
Now, anyway,
No, I'm okay with
I'm
it.
I'm
I'm developing.
thoroughly, I am absolutely open to that idea. I told my daughter about it and told her just go ahead, marry anyone you want. I have no issues.
No, I could able to feel the envy from your tone that you missed.
I married some. I married somebody of my own. My wife is from North India. My wife
Okay.
is not a South Indian. She's from North India. Proper Banaras. It's a North Indian
Okay.
family. Very simple. I did marry on my own. When people ask me, I tell them it's an arranged marriage. What do you mean arranged marriage? She's from North India. Yeah, so what? My wife and I, we
Planned.
arranged the marriage. Simple.
Yes, that's what. Similar. We planned, we arranged, and we made our parents to make it. That's all.
That's it. Because there was a little bit of problem both sides, but then it got sorted out. Fortunately,
Unfortunately, I
fairly
don't know
quickly.
how, yeah, but we could able to manage it. It was a calculated risk, and the project was executed in a proper fashion. So,
Good. So let's weiter. Look at this word here, betrachten. What is betrachten? This is total vocabulary here. Why not sehen? Umweltexperten betrachten diese Entwicklung mit Sorge.
Betrachten, Einbischen, Beobachten,
No.
Schauen oder gucken.
Why
Das
not
ist nicht
those
sehen.
verbs? Why not those verbs? Why not use gucken oder schauen oder? Why betrachten?
Mit Sage.
These are all synonyms for
Because
sehen.
they are not seeing any physical things, vielleicht.
No. Betrachten means to look at something very, very thoughtfully, to consider,
Consider.
to view. When you say, I am viewing this with fear, that means I'm looking at it, literally seeing this, and at the same time analyzing it. That is betrachten. Beobachten is to simply observe or to watch. Sehen is to see. Sehen to suddenly espy something, to catch sight
Schauen
of.
oder gucken.
Das ist wie sehen. These are colloquial forms.
Guck mal, ja.
So there are different verbs for sehen which describe different things. You observe something very, very closely. That's betrachten. Because at the same time, you're trying to analyze something. So you view something. So the experts here, subject experts, environmental experts are viewing this development with worry. They're also analyzing. Because this high number of single households, through this high number of single households, eine Konsum- und Umweltkrise wird ausgelöst. Was ist auslösen?
Initiated or started, lost gates. So,
Super. Was ist dann Krise?
Crisis.
Crisis. So there you are, you see. Now that you have got the main meaning, now insert this adjective. Frist.
Middle
Was
is
bedeutet Frist? Die Frist. Es gibt eine Zahlungsfrist von 10 Tagen.
fixed.
Zahlungsfrist von 10 Tagen habe ich.
Timeline, you can say.
Timeline, deadline. Frist is
Oh
a
yeah,
timeline.
deadline.
Okay. Now this is mittelfristig, nicht langfristig, nicht kurzfristig, but mittelfristig. Come on. Langfristig,
Yeah.
sehr langfristig,
Yeah, it's
kurzfristig.
Long deadline.
no, it's a medium. It's not long or short.
Here
It's
is
a medium
middle
deadline.
is
Yeah.
medium, na?
Well done. But now a better term. It's a middle term or a medium or mid-term crisis.
Yeah, middle
Midterm
deadline.
crisis.
Yeah,
Midterm
midterm.
crisis.
Of what? Consumer,
Consume.
yeah, and environmental problems to
Out.
auslösen, to throw up, to release.
Mm.
You don't need me at the back. You don't need a dictionary in your hands. Have that confidence. You have enough words with you. Enough words. And let me show you something else. Also, Pro-Kopf, Verbrochen und so weiter, Stereophania. There's a word here that I am sure you would do not know. Yeah, here, I found it. Prestigeträchtig. So that I'm sure is a new word. Can't you hear this word? Prestigeträchtig.
Ja, aber ja, ich kann Bresche dieser Wort und ich kann finde das Bedeutung. Prestigereich.
Prestigious, right?
Ohne Wörterbuch.
Prestigious.
Genau.
Same thing I told. Prestigious for.
Correct. Absolutely correct, Monica. Right? How do I know the meaning? Alone you found it wonderful. But if you look in the context, hochwertiger Wohnraum, hochwertig,
High worth.
High.
High worthy.
High valued house.
right? So this high value Wohnraum there, relative pronomen, zugleich prestigeträchtig ist und ökologisch ist.
Ecological.
Right. So it's prestigious and ecological. At
Ecological.
the same time, zugleich.
Gleichzeitig.
Yeah.
Gleich, same.
Yeah? So what is it that we want to know further? Why do you need a lehrer? You don't need a lehrer now. I'm only here to guide you people. I don't have to teach you anything now. You know enough. Why don't you have that confidence in yourself, people? I have loads of confidence in you. Das müsst ihr schaffen können. You have to manage it. Let's look at one more. Appellieren. So this looks new, appellieren. I don't know. Something to do with apples? Keine Ahnung.
To appeal.
So, yeah. So look at this here. Damit die Singles nicht zum Umweltproblem werden, so that the singles don't become an environmental problem, muss heute schon gehandelt werden. One must deal with it, the handeln, to deal or to manage. Handel comes from Handlung or Handel, trade.
To deal with.
Handel. So
Handlung,
handel is what trading is what one must have to have this compromise with them, trade with this, that they don't become a problem. And the forces are appellieren, bitter, bitter, bitter.
Appealing.
Appealing researcher.
Yeah. It is a adjective.
Well,
Appealing researcher.
Appealing
So-
is
verb here. Verb.
Therefore, sure.
The for sure, plural.
Okay, the
Portion.
for sure.
Researchers, plural, own article.
Okay, okay.
So start reading this text. Don't use a dictionary. If the word is not understandable, ignore it. For all you know, you may not need it in the word, in the sentence, in the paragraph.
Yeah, because that's all we can do in lesson in exams.
Correct. So even if you don't use the word appellier and forcer, the meaning is still clear. See, the Hauptsatz and Nebensatz are there in that. Damit die Singles nicht zum Umweltproblem werden, muss heute schon gehandelt werden. Full stop. Researchers. Now, I don't know what that verb appellier in is. Researchers, and stop. So that singles don't become an environmental problem. Something must be done today. Something must be managed today.
All the singles should get married, that's all. No singles available in the world.
Yeah, but do you have one-on-one throughout in the world?
Ratio.
The only problem is that single can suddenly become quadruples.
In German, it's a big problem that there is people want to live alone.
It is. Genau, Monica. Genau, das stimmt. So it's a very simple text. It looks difficult. Singles werden zum Umweltproblem. Gibt's also keine Problem hier.
But sir, it is their culture, as you have told, that the grown-ups are already thrown out of the house.
You cannot say it's a culture.
Yeah,
It's
not
not a
thrown
culture.
out, but they have to live separate to.
The younger ones leave the house.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Remember Hotel Mama?
Then they need a house. That's the
Yeah,
problem. So when they're leaving out, they need a house.
yeah. But this culture is old, yeah.
Well, it's been there for quite some time.
Yeah, okay.
It's been there for
That's
quite
what
some time.
always these researchers will they'll say this Hochsitzer. What is that? The first lesson we read.
Hotel Mama.
Yeah. That people who are sitting in the house. What is that? Nest.
Hawk nester.
Hochnester or nay?
Hawk nest.
Nest hawker.
Nest hawker.
Nest
Yeah.
hawker. Oh, sad.
Nest hawker.
Nest hawker. And the other end, they'll say, okay, now this is a umwelt problem.
Well, that will sort itself out. That will sort itself out. So but your argument is correct, Vasu. That is why you can also say, deshalb wohnen die Jungen in Indien immer bei den Eltern.
Umweltfreundlich.
Ja, das Umweltproblem zu vermeiden. To avoid the environmental problem.
But develop psychological problem.
Now, one more small test for you people today. Without having read the complete text, can you combine this? So, Personenhaushalte haben so stark zugenommen, dass sie zu einem Umweltproblem werden. Das drohende Problem zu verhindern, sollten Singles in umweltfreundlichen Wohnraum und ökologische Produkte investieren. Can you find the other three? This is very easy if you remember your structure. This is the easiest one to solve. We have done an exercise on this.
This is problem instead dadurch, dass sie so ein Umweltproblem werden. Only there are two possibilities. We need to start with the sentence das.
Right.
So the first sentence and the fourth.
Nee.
Yeah.
Das
Absolutely.
Single vergleichen.
Das. Super.
Yes.
That is
Either
the
1 or
super.
4. Yeah.
Genau. Which is the logical one? This problem,
so I know,
Einstein versus Einstein.
Einstein is yeah, it's
To
again
grow
blooming or Einstein.
to rise.
To
Ah,
arise. To arise.
yeah.
So this problem arises thereby
Das Singles
Single
vergleichsweise mehr
vergleichsweise
konsumieren und mehr
und
Müll
mehr Müll
produzieren.
and you are. Salt. Right?
No, this increases the environmental problem. That is also possible. No, thus,
No.
sizu eine Umweltproblem burden. It becomes a Umwelt problem.
It doesn't fit in with the rest, if I'm not wrong. I'm asking, I'm putting this clear. The problem arises comparatively because they consume more and produce more trash.
Yeah.
So now what is left? We have fermentation and ein wichtiger Aspekt. What goes where?
Zoltan alternative Wohnformen geschaffen werden.
Ja. Ein wichtiger Aspekt dabei.
Das
I need a verb.
ist
auch
auch
der
der
heutige
So
heutige
either it should be
Begriff
East or Sultan.
alleine.
Ja,
Ist.
ist.
No, Zoltan ist nicht möglich. Aspekt
Ist
ist Singular.
möglich. Ja.
Ist.
Aspekt ist
Dabei
Singular.
ist.
Hallo.
Ja.
Aufpassen.
Zol, if there was Zol.
But there is no Zol, there's only Ist.
Yeah, Zoltan, plural.
Ist
East,
auch der, ne?
Für Menschen, Plural. Was ist jetzt Plural?
Zoltan Alternative
Zoltan
Wohnformen
Alternative.
geschaffen werden.
So you are.
So either we need to be strong in grammar or we need to be strong in vocabulary.
Logic.
Anyone we can manage.
Grammar plus logic.
Yeah.
Grammar plus logic.
Yeah, of course. Grammar itself is logic. So
Correct. So it fits in beautifully. Remember topics like these, please. If you want to, we can always have a small 3-4 minute presentation as a dialogue here. Umweltfreundlich leben. Was können Sie in Ihrem Zuhause tun? Eurem, your home. Zuhause, your home. Energie zu sparen und Müll zu vermeiden. I would add to this and say, kann man überhaupt Müll vermeiden?
Nein, wir können das nicht vermeiden, aber wir können das im richtigen Platz wegwerfen.
no, we are going to reduce here.
Reduzieren is better. That's a good word. Reduzieren.
Yeah.
The Frage now, wie?
Ja, zum Beispiel, wir können benutzen, wir können Recycling-Stoff benutzen.
Ja.
Wir können auch Fahrrad anstatt des Auto benutzen.
Hey, Müll.
Okay, sorry.
Mule.
Müll.
Recycling
I thought
stuff.
Umwelt.
Is there any word for recycling, sir? Can we use the same word, recycling?
Recycling is recycling. Recycling is recycling.
Okay, recycling stuff. Benutzen. Ja.
Ja. Und?
Müll können wir auch in unserer Garten benutzen.
Nee, was ist denn hier wichtiger? Also Müll sollte getrennt werden. Ne?
Ja.
You have to
Plastik
separate
oder?
Ja, also wenn man Recycling macht, man muss auch wissen, Was man
Separate.
was man recyceln kann. Was ist recycelbar? Das muss man wissen.
Hmm.
Und was nicht?
Und heutzutage benutzen wir viele digitale Materialien. Zum Beispiel anstatt Papier, wir benutzen E-Mail und wir drucken ein bisschen weniger Papier im Büro.
Ja,
Dadurch reduzieren wir ein bisschen Müll.
ja, das ist okay. Aber was machen wir, wenn der Computer oder der Laptop veraltet wird? Das wird auch so
Aber
Müll jetzt.
ja, deswegen sagen wir können nicht das vermeiden, aber wir können reduzieren. Wir müssen
Reduzieren, ja.
benutzen alle diese digitale Geräte, wenn
Ja.
es möglich ist.
Ja, und die muss man auch recyceln, also wiederverwenden. Recycling is a very important component then, if you don't want to throw it out. Wherever possible, try to recycle it. Aber das ist nicht immer möglich. Ne? Mit Plastiktüten, also Recycling ist möglich,
Aber nicht immer.
possible, aber nicht immer, genau. So let's stop here. We have already exceeded and gone way beyond the time. Thank you for your patience. Now, what I wanted to do with the 9th lesson, which I left out, is the modal particle.
Yesterday we have done just two fill in the blanks. So remaining things we thought we
No,
planned to
I
do it
did
today.
not. Yeah, I didn't do them because I needed a full 40 minutes at least. And if I see this here, this darn modal particles are not mentioned here. There's no exercise for them. That is the sad part. And the modal particle are an important part of spoken German. And I am already apprehensive as to how I will teach them to you. Because as far as modal Wörter or modal particle it is. Genau. So my problem is these are not something that can be taught. I'll take them up in the next lesson maybe, or the next book at the end. There's some more given there. Some more are given there. I'll take them up then. Passive is being revised here. I think we have done passive. It's coming up in the next book also. If you want to, I can do
Sir,
the
passive you have done with the other class, not with us. Sorry.
No, we have not done passive at all, not touched it.
Yeah, we are not at all touched.
Okay. Then are you aware of the concepts of passive?
No, it's better to be start, at least for me.
Okay. Okay, good.
Hope
We'll
with
do
others
that
too.
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow then. And Wechselpräpositionen, this is the last lesson here. Can't blame here.
So this G you are talking about, this G is grammar or G Goethe Institute?
Grammar.
This G.
Grammar.
Okay,
Grammar.
this is grammar. This is not GI. Okay.
No, this is just grammar that we're doing. So are you comfortable with the Wechselpräpositionen, all of you? Also eine direkte Frage, eine Entscheidungsfrage. Ist das Ja oder Nein?
For me, it's yeah.
All of you confident in the usage?
Yeah, sir. We have to check motion and direction, that's all. Yeah.
Motion and location.
Location.
Yes.
Wohin, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
All of you? Then I can ignore this
Yes.
chapter, this aspect rather, not a chapter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we'll just do the modal verb or the passive with in allen formen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
passive. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that actively tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Das machen wir dann morgen. So, vielen Dank für die
Vielen Dank.
Geduld, für die Zeit
Danke.
und für das
Danke, sir.
Interesse
Danke, sir.
und für das
Danke
Mitmachen.
schön, Frau. Schönen Tag.
Danke, sir. Guten Appetit.
Don't go to
Okay, so yeah, Kushi,
Okay.
yesterday you were asking this thing. Sir, you can stop the recording. Why the address is needed when we are booking the room? So
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Germany, the practice is, even if you are calling a doctor or you are
Yeah.
calling some institute for some appointment,